This world needs more Legacy. Yes, the pure constructed format of Magic the Gathering. Just whatever's legal and a ban list, that simple. And I am bringing back an old classic, the original Dredge. It has a few updates. The deck I still think is very strong. I haven't really played Legacy a lot in a while, so I may be a little rusty, but I went with the old classic that I personally like. And my only real spice on the list, I think, is probably including the old package of Dread Return and Flamekin Zealot. I think this is what old Dredge used to do. It's probably a little outdated at this point, but it's not like it's not powerful. It still does things, and having access to Dread Return still gives you access to certain sideboard cards, which I'll go over, although most of the lists I've been seeing have been playing them in the sideboard. But that aside, here is the list I decided to go with. Nothing, it's numbers here and there. Some versions play for Icarid and stuff. But what I'm going to do here is actually break down the deck very, deep. So if you're already kind of familiar with the list, here's the list if you wanted to skip ahead. If you're not familiar with the list, or if for some reason you're not familiar with Dredge in general, it's existed in every format. Standard, Extended, I'm sure Block Constructed in Ravnica, Modern, Legacy, even Pioneer. Even though the mechanic Dredge isn't legal, there are decks that they call themselves Dredge because they mill cards in the graveyard and then return them to the battlefield. So that's still a thing for sure. Now, the way we're milling ourselves is through the mechanic Dredge. If a card in your graveyard has Dredge and then has a number, then anytime you would draw a card, you may instead mill that many cards and then return the Dredge card from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty much that simple. What's interesting in terms of the mechanic is in Magic the Gathering, you can't do things in the middle of a resolution. Like you can't, activate another ability or do anything. So you have no priority in the middle of a resolution. And that's still true, but in an unintuitive sense, if you're drawing multiple cards, like if you draw 4 cards and you have no dredgers in your graveyard, or let's say you only have 1, you don't just dredge the first one and then draw 3 more. If you dredge into more dredge cards, you can continue to do it. It may not be intuitive because you think it all happens at once, and both of them are true. It all happens at once, but the graveyard is growing in the middle of the resolution, so it works that way. So the fact that we can draw multiple cards off of these sorceries is really what enables the deck. So you have draw 2, then discard 2, draw 2, then discard 2, draw 4, discard your hand, stuff like that. And I've organized the deck in these piles. You got your lands here, you got your enablers, so this is what puts cards in the graveyard and what draws cards. You have the dredge cards, these are the dredge engine, and then you have your payoff cards over here. There's a little bit of overlap. For example, Cabal Therapy is usually a payoff card, but it can also be an enabler. You can target yourself, discard one of your dredge cards, happens sometimes. And of course, Cephalo Coliseum is also an enabler as well as your land. So there's a little bit of overlap. Over here on this side are the sort of one of large bullets, and because you don't want really multiples of them, but they being in the deck is really good. So Hogak Arisen Necropolis, very insane card, especially with Bridge from Below. If you existed during the Hogak Summer of Modern, this was very strong, and it still is in Legacy. Ox of Agonis was an interesting addition. I don't know if the deck needs it, but it's an extra enabler as well. So if you dredge into it and you're kind of out of gas, if you escape the Ox, you pretty much dredge the rest of your deck, just like in Modern. And then the Flamekin Zealot Dread Return package is meant to be sort of over the top when it allows the deck to actually kill on turn 1, so those still exist. But the deck can also just kind of grind you down with Cabal Therapies and Bridge from Belows. Just sack your dude, make a zombie, Icarid comes back. Icarid's not in Modern, so if you're not familiar with it, it's a 3/1 haste creature. You have to sacrifice on your instep, but on your upkeep you can exile a black creature from your graveyard and return to the battlefield. So it has synergy just by itself with Bridge from Below because it dies at your instep. Cabal Therapy, also a card not legal in Modern. Very, very, very strong. This card is insane. It's good with Bridge because you sack creatures to flash it back. So maybe the best card in the deck, but the most powerful card in the deck by far is Lion's Eye Diamond. This card, there's a reason it's expensive. There's 2 reasons it's expensive. If you look this card up, you're going to see a big price tag. And reason number 1 is because it's very strong. Very good card. I mean, it's basically the fixed... I think the design of this card was to be a fixed Black Lotus, which is the most powerful card in the game. So it's fixed, but it's like, okay, you can sack and make 3 mana, but then you got to discard your hand. The second reason is the same reason Black Lotus is expensive, or one of those reasons. It's on the reserve list. This card won't be reprinted, so the supply is fixed. So, whatever you feel about that, those are the reasons. Interestingly enough, in this deck, it actually might be better than Black Lotus. And that's not to say I wouldn't play Black Lotus if it were legal, also, but this, if I had to pick one in this particular deck, I'd probably pick this one, because what you can do with this card, when it's in your opening hand and you have like Faithful Suiting, Careful Study, Breakthrough, something that draws cards. If this is in your opening hand, you play it. You play your land. You cast Careful Study. You want to go draw 2 and discard 2, but you can hold priority, which means before your opponent gets a chance to respond and the spell resolve, you can activate the Lion's Eye Diamond while you've already put your draw spell on the stack. By activating Lion's Eye Diamond, part of its cost is to discard your hand. If your hand has dredge cards and other payoffs, then you resolve the Careful Study while having mana from the Lion's Eye Diamond floating in your mana pool, which are amazing, usually 3 red mana, hint hint. So let's just say it's the Faithful Suiting. You cast Faithful Suiting, you sacrifice your Lion's Eye Diamond while holding priority, you discard your hand, let's say there's 1 or 2 dredge cards in there, you then resolve Faithful Suiting, now there's a dredger in your graveyard. This is all turn 1. And then you start dredging off, and then once that's resolved, you have 3 red mana floating, so you just flash the Faithful Suiting right back and dredge off again. You just start generating a lot of value on the first turn, and that's what makes this deck strong. So Lion's Eye Diamond, by far the most powerful card in the deck. Usually one of the best opening hand usually involves Lion's Eye Diamond, a land, Faithful Suiting, and a Breakthrough. Or even just Breakthrough, because and then a Dredger, because drawing 4, you'll probably dredge into one of the 4 Faithful Suitings. So you want like 1 or 2 Dredgers, a Breakthrough, a Lion's Eye Diamond, and a land. So that's not very many cards, so the deck wants to mulligan to find a fast start. Now, I still think Dredge mulligans well with the new London Mulligan, newer. The only downside, I think, because you really need Narcomoeba in your deck, the only real downside compared to the modern version is this doesn't play any fetch lands, so you don't have a way to make your deck make you shuffle yourself. So if you mulligan and put your Narcomoebas on the bottom, they're just on the bottom. Like, you're not going to shuffle them back in to dredge into. But it's kind of a minor thing that's not going to come up a lot. So that turn 1 play is like, that's what you want to go for. And if not, you can set up a turn 2 by just like casting a Faithful Suiting, put some dredgers in it, next turn do something, or play an imp, pass, and then discard your dredge, and then cast Faithful Suiting. Something like that's usually also really good. Being a turn 2 deck is still pretty strong in Legacy, and normally what the deck is going to do is it's going to dredge into some Narcomoebas. You can sack them to your Cabal Therapies, generate some zombies, name some cards out of their hand. Usually if you have multiple Cabal Therapies and you miss on the blind name, if they haven't revealed a card for some reason, then you get the next go around, because you can just sack a zombie or another Narcomoeba. On your next turn, you're starting to get Nickards back. So this is the grindy plan, but if you hit real well, like if you have a big dredge turn, you hit at least 1 or 2 Narcomoebas and multiple bridges, every Narcomoeba that dies is multiple zombies, which can cast Hogak. Hogak can sack to a therapy and generate more zombies to recast Hogak, so you can cast all the therapies in your deck or in your graveyard. And if you hit enough by, like, let's say a looting and a breakthrough, or a breakthrough and an ox, that's most of your deck usually. And as long as you find the enough bridges and the Flamekin Dread Return, you usually just win the game. Right? It's way more than 20 damage a lot of the time. Now, does that happen a lot? I wouldn't say a lot, but it happens enough to be worth playing. But it doesn't have to win on turn 1 to win the Legacy, because you have enough interaction with Cabal Therapy, I don't want to say most of the time, but enough of the time to have game and just grind them down with value. Now, there is clearly a downside to this deck. It is linear. It's all in on the graveyard. It doesn't play cards from its hand very well. All of your lands deal damage to you. I mean, you could... I'm playing City of Brass. You could play Gemstone Mine if you want. But because of that, I chose to go with Cyber Plane, and it's not that uncommon, to counter the graveyard hate. And the amount of which you dedicate your Cyber card to do that, well, I mean, that's kind of up to you. I'm a little heavier than a lot of decks, but it just depends. So there's a handful of graveyard hates. There are permanents, so enchantments, artifacts, and creatures that stop your graveyard in some way. You've got Dothy Voidwalker, you've got the Sanctifier Invec, something like that. You've got Rest in Peace and Leyline of the Void for enchantments. For artifacts, you usually either have something like Grafdigger's Cage that just kind of sits there and does it, or you have like blow your graveyard up, like a Tormod's Crypt or something. And then what's a little more popular in Legacy that's not so much in Modern, at least not at the moment, is Surgical Extraction. And so because of that, I am playing Silent Gravestone to stop Surgical Extraction. This is also done in the Tin Fins deck a lot because they try to reanimate their, what's it called? They reanimate their Gristlebrand with, I forget, it like reanimates the top creature so it doesn't target, so this keeps you from being able to take out their Gristlebrand. The same logic works here. The only thing this is a non-bow with is the Dread Return, and usually that's worth it, because if it's stopping their Graveyard Hate, you usually don't need Dread Return, and if you can go dredging unanswered, you're going to win the game. That's usually what happens. So I like Silent Gravestone here, especially with the prevalence of Surgical Extraction. Now, this is one of the things I mentioned earlier. I haven't played in a little while, so I don't know if that's changed. I don't think so, because Legacy doesn't change that fast, so I'm still on 3 of those. For big creature targets, you've got Ashen Rider. This is a way to deal with problem permanents. There are a lot of problem permanents that this deck has trouble with. Some of them are in from the lands deck, so something like Ashen Rider is usually pretty good. And, of course, Iona, when it's good, it just wins the game. So there are certain decks that just can't beat it, like Elves or something. Chain of Vapor is something, kind of back and forth on it. I like it in some ways. It can answer a creature for a turn. It can deal with a ley line. It hits any non-permanent. The copy thing doesn't usually come up. It can also deal with Merit Liege, so that's nice. Firestorm is not new to the Dredge deck, but it's new to my list. I wasn't playing it for a while, so I'm going to try this card out. It's an enabler and an answer card. If they're kind of going wide, if you have a deck that goes wide really fast, like Elves or something, this can be a really devastating blow. Leyline Sanctity I really like. Stops discard spells. It stops targeted graveyard removal, which in Legacy, in different lands and Maverick decks, the land name is slipping me. But Jugabog. That card's more popular in Legacy than in Modern, so this card's extra good as well. Endurance still a thing. I'm playing 1 Serenity along with my 2 Nature's Claims to help answer Leylines. I chose Serenity because this deck can be kind of soft to a Leyline on, or not a Leyline, I'm sorry, the Chalice of the Void on 1. So this is a way to kind of get around that a little bit. Of course, if you're on the play, Chalice on 1 is less of a problem, but red prison decks are a thing, so turn 1 Chalice is a thing. So a turn 1 Chalice on 1, when they're on the play, is big trouble for my deck. So that's something I got to try to figure out. It's not like unbeatable. You can still go Lion's Eye Diamond into Breakthrough X equals 1, but you can't cast your Cabal Therapy. Well, you can, but you can't resolve your Cabal Therapies. So Serenity gets around that a little bit, and then of course in some situations where it's like an Enchantress deck, it's just really good. So I'm doing that as a one of. But that's mostly the deck. And you can, and I did, you can build this deck without the Lion's Eye Diamonds. That's a little less all-in. It's less powerful, but you're not sometimes, because you'll a lot of the time mulligan or keep a very glass cannon hand around this card, and if they stomp this card with a Force of Will or something, you don't have much. So there are versions of the deck without it. You can play like Griefs and more Putrid Imps, which is what I have in paper, and it's pretty good. You're kind of forfeiting turn 1 win options. You still can turn 2 win sometimes, not usually, but you give that up and the big explosive power for a little bit more consistency, a little bit more interaction. Is it overall better? Probably not, but the margins are small enough to make it worth it, because without this card, the deck's actually pretty cheap. The most expensive card's probably Mana Confluence. So, I don't know. Deck's not very expensive, so let's get a few games in and see if we can at least have a sweet turn 1 kill. Oh, on the play, we're in money. Oh, it's just had a diamond. I could draw into a diamond. I've kept worse hands than this. This hand's not exciting, but since that's 2 lootings, I'm probably going to keep this. Could be a little soft to a little wasteland, but we're not here to play conservatively with my deck of choice. We're going to keep. So all I need to hit is land Lion's Eye Diamond or Dredger Lion's Eye Diamond. I feel safer with the land because of wasteland, but we're going to do it anyway. And old school cards, you got to say that you're yielding to something that actually goes on the stack. Rut-row. Okay, so if I start dredging here and I get wastelanded, I'm kind of just in trouble. But I only have the one dredger, so yeah, we're going to do it. I'm exposing my my bridge from below, so it's possible it's not right, but I'd rather just get it online as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Oh man, the rack. Oh, nope. This could be storm, it could be the rack, it could be just some kind of mono black. They're probably going to take a Faithless Looting. But at least I'm not getting wastelanded. Hymn to Torok would be annoying. But like decks like this, if they don't have Graveyard Hate in their main board, just dredging every turn can eventually win me the game. Although an Ensnaring Bridge could be a problem game 1. If they get Ensnaring Bridge, I may not really have a good way to kill them. So let's hope that's not what they're on. If I had to guess, though, I mean, it's really only two choices, right? These are the only two choices, and they're basically the same card. And it's pretty obvious I'm going to start dredging, so they're really the same card. Yeah. Hymn to Torok. Keep careful steady. That's literally the only card I care about in my hand. Okay. Dark Confidant. Don't care about that card. Not even a little bit. Okay. Dredge. Nice, nice. Alright, just gonna do a thing. Two Grave Trolls. Hopefully I hit more Dredgers so I don't necessarily have to discard both. Okay, I did hit another Dredger, hit two more Dredgers, so that's nice. So I think I'm going to discard... Tempting. Yeah, I think we're gonna go crazy here. Maybe not too crazy, but crazy enough. I'll probably win the game next turn if he doesn't have a way to stop me here. Why, yes, I would like to return that, and I would like to therapy you. What is he playing? I'm gonna be blind here. Okay, I'm naming blind, mono black. I don't care about him to Torok or any discard spell, so maybe Karn the Great Creator. I don't know. This is just literally a random name. I think that's the only card that might beat me. Okay, so they do have red. Interesting. I wonder if this is a slight budget list. I mean, Thoughtseize isn't very cheap. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do crazy Hogak stuff. Not as many free cards in the graveyard as I would like. What do I care about here? Probably Lightning Bolt. I don't care about Sudden Edict. I have enough Zambies. Yeah, he just can't win. He just can't win. Red-black stuff. Say Leyline's probably a smart, safe bet. And I think his own Leylines are likely. But he could. The problem is he could also just have... Like, you don't want to dilute your own deck down too much. But winning game 1 is very important. I'm going to probably go off of that. Trim down a little bit on the enablers, because they're not as good after turn 1 or 2. Still over quite a bit. Yeah, like, so I'm kind of playing a guessing game on what his graveyard hate is. Guess I don't need Dread Return. So 2 more cards. 2 more cards. I usually do go down a little bit on enablers, since finding graveyard protection, I guess you could call it, is more important. Go down 1 more card. Probably don't want to go 0 on any of those things, so I think this should look good. Okay, so interesting things about this hand. I can protect my own spells in hand with Sanctity. I'm on the draw, but I don't have a way to immediately make this breakthrough super strong. So I'm probably going to want to like break through X=1 to keep a Cephalid Coliseum, but that might be enough. I'm going to just assume Leyline is good. And if he has his own Leyline, I am in trouble. Will I immediately scoop? No, I'll take a few draw steps, but if I don't just like find enchantment removal pretty quickly. Okay then. Well, Battle of the Leylines. So now that I know that that's his graveyard hate of choice, then my game 3, if we get to game 3, will be very different. I may try to do a breakthrough, keep like 3 cards or something. Just draw into like a new set of cards that can kill the Leyline. And it's not super out of the realm of possibilities that he could just cast another one with cards like Dark Ritual and stuff like that. But, you know, this is what we signed up for. You know, I mean, when you play a deck that's powerful, the game has answers. We're going wide. That could be a fairly quick clock. Nature's Claim. I don't mind casting that here, actually. Okay, then. We are still in this. So let's see. Let's think about this for a second. So I'm going to go land, Nature Claim on his end step, and then I'll have 3 lands. That gives me enough to break through for 1 and Coliseum. So I only need to keep 1 Coliseum. Guess I don't want to get rid of the Hogax. There's only 1. Okay. Let's go. Oh, we need to draw Lion's Eye Diamond. That'd be perfect. Hopefully this is just turning off enough of his cards. Alright, don't be anything too scary. He only has 2 cards in his hand, so I think it's just like Rakdos, good stuff. Don't be some good. Okay, that does not answer my Leyline, but it does exile my graveyard next turn. So I guess the plan is to just have a really good turn, or I could wait a turn. I could just wait a turn. He's not exactly killing me. So he kills his own elemental token, huh? That's what you call a non-bow. Can't Thoughtseize me, bruh. Cannot Thoughtseize me. I think I still kill it here. Use my mana. Skadoosh. Okay, so I have an interesting decision. I don't know if there's... He only has 1 card in his hand. I don't know if it's a big deal for me to just wait a turn. I also could just dredge enough here to just win. Like, that's also a thing. I'm just going to wait a turn. I don't see the value. I mean, if he draws another one, that's going to be annoying. But I think waiting a turn's perfectly fine. I'm hoping his hand is just full of Hymn to Torox and Thoughtseizes. Makes me feel good. Okay, that was a pretty good draw. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do like Breakthrough and Cephalid this turn. I mean, I guess I could draw land. I don't think it matters. Okay, so if I break through X=1, does that do anything? If I find like a Lion's Eye Diamond, I can flash back. If I find a land, because I'm not going to use the mana otherwise, right? Yeah, we'll do X=1. And that's, of course, assuming I brick on the dredge. Otherwise, this actually could be bad. Okay, so I'm not going to brick on dredge, so I'm going to have to keep a card in my hand, but that's fine. Okay, we're going to get rid of everything but an imp, I guess. Yeah, that's probably wrong. Probably wrong to keep x equals 1, but, sometimes you brick, But he's probably just dead here if he has nothing. So if he has... Oh, he has something. Okay, that's a smart play. He's killing off his own Pyromancer because it will exile my bridges before I have anything on the battlefield. So good play by our opponent. How many bridges did we hit? 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 of the 4 gone. So we have a game. I do still think we're probably ahead because he only has 1 card in his hand. Alright, so is there a reason to therapy here? Probably not. He has only 1 card. Yeah, I don't see a good reason to therapy here. We'll just get Icarid back and dredge some more. Maybe hit a bridge to try to get Hogak, and then Hogak should be good enough. So it's kind of like your commander, huh? Okay, I mean, our opponent's doing something. I think I value the Narcomoebas a little more, so I'm gonna hold on to him for now. My plan is to get Hogak back. That is the plan. Could also just like flashback lootings and stuff. Have Ox. Actually, Ox might be better here. Ooh, 2. Okay, that's Hogak right there. I didn't realize we had 2. An embarrassment of riches. Okay, we have 17 cards in the deck. So if I bring back an Ox, I don't want to dredge everything. I think I'm going to bring back Ox, though. Because it's a body. It's going to put me to 8, which is not, Lightning Bolt deck. It's not irrelevant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Yeah, we definitely want at least a handful of draw steps to take turns, because it might take a few turns to attack him down. Oh, he scoops it up. Dredge still has the game. On the draw this time, sadly, but I think the hand is reasonable enough. It is missing a dredger, but there's enough enablers that I don't think I can mulligan it. Oh no. Thalia is an annoying card against this deck. Not unbeatable by any means, but just annoying. I think I'm going to lead with an Imp. If he plays a Thalia, I'll have to spend 2 mana, but, no way. Respect. That's what we call respect up here. Please don't Wasteland me. Actually, what's worse, Wasteland or Thalia? In the order. I guess Thalia's worse. Basic Mountain, Young Pyromancer, Mana Tithe. What a deck. Alright, let's see. Guess we'll lead with a Faithless Looting. Whoopsie. Made a blue mana. I was like thinking to myself I want to lead with it. Can't Mana Tithe me now. Still no dredge cards, so it's a little annoying. That's okay. Probably not playing Thalia in a Young Pyromancer deck. Let's see, what do I want here? I guess like Lines of Diamond Land, any of those cards are good. Okay, I found dredgers, so that's nice. Don't want to put a bridge in yet, because of what happened last game. So I guess I'll just put in... yeah. So let's think about this for a second. What could my opponent possibly be playing? I mean, Magic Online is where you can experiment a little bit. Usually I do play against, like when I just play on my own, I play against plenty of mainstream legacy decks you'd expect to see, you know, with Brainstorm and stuff, but surprisingly, these decks might be more difficult. Decks like the little off-the-wall decks. Don't think I want to do... I'd rather dredge... Oh, I have a Putrid Imp in my graveyard. That's right, because he countered it. Then, sure, why not? Okay, hit some dredgers, so we're doing pretty good. So one thing I could do is I could play Land Careful Study and then have enough to Ox. I could do that, which is probably correct. I guess Mana Tithe could... I can't play around Mana Tithe, right? I mean, I guess I could because I saw one, but... Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, let's hope he doesn't bolt his guy again. It's not a bad play, but there's only one bridge, right? Yeah. It's probably not worth it. Let's see. Do I want to max value to get zombies, or do I want to try to take out something? Nah, he just cast it, right? Alright, we're just going to go for it now then. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, nope, not that one. 7, 8. Yeah, if he can kill his own guy, I mean, he can hose us a bit, but we're gonna go for it anyway. Okay, so he did have the Mana Tithe. I think that's fine because I can just either do it again next turn, potentially, or I have Coliseum too. So let's see. I think I'll go ahead and Therapy him just to get out. Can I get Hogak out? Actually, I probably don't want to because I would have to get rid of dredge cards. Okay, we're just going to pass. Feels weird, but I think this is right. Okay, so he let me get a zombie token. So either he doesn't have it or he doesn't think it's worth it to kill one bridge. Because now he can just kill his token, which is a little annoying. Nahiri the Harbinger. So this is like the boom deck in Legacy. Although every card I've seen so far is modern legal. Seems like a free point of damage, right? Like there's no way I block and lose a bridge. Could probably bring back one. Yeah, the troll. I can bring back both. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's just dead. I don't see how he's coming back from this. Let me make sure I have 8 cards, though, because it's possible I don't. 1, 2, 3. I don't need these lootings. 4, 5. Oof. 6. Don't need the dredge cards either. 7. Oh no, I don't want to hit a bridge, don't want to hit a therapy, don't hit Hogak, don't want to hit Dread Return. Alright, so I guess actually what I'll do then is just Coliseum. Yeah. Target me, draw 3. It's a little worse. It's a little worse. Do we have a reader? Could be lagging too. Or AFK. Gotta admit, I have not seen this deck before. It's probably not a mainstream deck. It may just be something he had on his account, but you know, we're here to play games and have fun. Okay. Not the best, but I think it'll still be enough. Yeah, it should still be enough. Alright, let's see. 1 bridge, 2 bridge. I think 2 bridges. 3 bridge. Oh, that's definitely enough. Okay, so watch this. We're going to cast the Gak. If I can find it. Where's the Gak? That's not the Gak. There we go. So we're going to tap Zombie. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to tap 2 Icarids. And I guess we'll tap that because we're going to get rid of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a Gak. Then we're going to Therapy U, sacking the Gak. Make 3 dudes. 3 dudes, seriously. And we are going to name, oh, I don't know, Boom Bust. No, it's not worth time. Name Lightning Bolt. A Fire Blast. Okay, so he has a Fire Blast and he has not used it, so we're definitely going to name Fire Blast. So we go +1 zombie each iteration. I guess that's cool. Come on, let it resolve. Don't Fire Blast. At this point, I don't think he's thought to Fire Blast his own creatures, because I've already gotten so much value. Come on, let me do it. Just let me do it. There's no way he does it, right? Oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's targeting me. Well, now I just don't care. But I guess I'll name Nahiri. Nahiri. The Harbinger. That was the card, right? I'm just going to assume it was. Thank you much. Okay, I don't think I'm going to play around anymore, so now we are just going to bring back the Gak. Yeah, probably the trample should be enough. And I guess it is also an extra power. And we're going to Dread Return, target Flamekin Zealot. We're going to sacrifice 1, 2, 3 creatures and make 1 billion zombies. 1 billion zombies. Then they all get haste, and you are dead. Don't accidentally concede the game when you're about to win the game. That's the best advice I've ever given anyone. And it's more important in paper, because you don't want to accidentally right-click when you're playing paper and hit click concede and you can't take it back. That is the thing, right? He's actually blocking. Huh. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, you're dead. Wait, 2, 3, yeah, you're dead. Okay, so we're going to assume it's like a Boom Bust deck. So what do I do here? Rest in peace, right? That's probably all he has. Rest in peace. I think Ashen Rider could be good in a deck like this. Not to beat Rest in Peace, but as a card. Well, I don't know. He goes wide. No, okay, no. Firestorm would probably be fine. So just kind of trim on the things. Yeah, I'm gonna assume Rest in Peace is his game plan. So I think we're gonna go like that. See how that goes. Well, this here is a hand of magic cards. I literally drew all of my enchantment hate and can't cast any of it. So if this was like a careful study, I'd probably keep, but I don't think I can keep this. Yeah, I don't think I can keep this either. Whoopsie. We'll get them all into 4. Okay, I'm keeping this one. So we're going to get rid of a Thug, an Imp, and probably Therapy. Yeah. So if he has Rest in Peace, I have a couple turns to try to do something, I guess. If he has Sanctifier, I'm just dead, I guess. How do I beat a Sanctifier? I can still dredge a green card, right? I haven't given this a whole lot of thought of beating Sanctifiers. I haven't really gone out of my way to try to. So this like absolutely is getting mana tithed, right? He fetched his land on his turn and passed. So there's no way this isn't getting mana tithed. But I'm not going to not play a spell. Especially when I only have one land in my hand. Oh, we didn't mana tithe it. Okay. That's all I got. Now if he plays a creature, do I do it? Do I kill it now? Isochron Scepter. What's the worst card he can imprint on this? Orum's Chant. Swords to Plowshares. That's fine. I think I'm just going to break through, though. Can't turn one kill, but I can turn one do a bunch of stuff. Which is what I'm going to do. I hit a Grave Troll. Perfect. Alright, we're just going to go off here. X equals 0. Okay, 6. Oh no, 5. Okay, we got there. Okay, hit another amoeba. But did I get enough things? I think so. Let's see. What do I care about in his hand? Rest in peace. Nah, he would have played that already. Nahiri. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Nahiri. So we hit the Nahiri. He has a Monastery Mentor. Alright, well, we are definitely going to do that. I didn't hit Hogak, it looks like. Right? I did hit Dread Return. I could Dread Return a really big Grave Troll, but then he'll just plow it. So I think the plan here is to go wide. Although I could reanimate something just to get more zombies. So we're definitely naming Monastery. No. He had Mentor Bolts. Yeah, Monastery. I think we want to do that. Monastery Mentor. Okay. Don't care about spot removal. But do I want to... No, I'm not going to reanimate anything because I only have tokens at this point. So he has Bolt Helix card. Okay then, you got me. Should have done it. But I have 12 power. It's 2 turns. Because you can only, it takes 2 mana to plow. Skadoosh. Your turn. Can you beat my 6 Zambies? It's actually not bad. Goes to 10. Now I only have exactly 10. And these can bolt 1, so he goes to 2. Nature's Claim's fine. It's a little late. Luckily, we did enough stuff before his hate card came in. Beat a Leyline and beat a Relic. Let's see if we can keep going. Definitely not the best hand. I've seen worse. But there's no Dredgers, so even with the Imp, I think we're going to get the mulligan. Okay, there's a diamond, but no other payoff. Probably not good enough. Like, there are situations where I would keep this hand if I knew exactly what my opponent was doing, but blind on the draw, I think I'm going to have to ship it. Hurts, though. Hurts. Okay, this is much better. Probably going to put back Therapy, Cabal Therapy, and Narcomoeba. Keep the Facilitators. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright, so I'm going to lead off with Suffolk Coliseum because The other card makes both colors. Right, so we're playing against something with blue, which is usually what you see. We haven't seen it yet. Preordained suggests a combo deck, so we could be seeing High Tide, could be Storm, could be Sneak and Show, all of which are terrible for me, but we're here to do things. Mulliganing to 5 isn't the best, but okay, so at least we're going to start doing something if we untap. Obviously, against the combo deck, I'd rather have Cobalt Therapy, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay, I have a feeling we're not dead yet. Skull and Tarn. Probably a Show and Tell deck. The question is how I want to do next turn. Probably just going to go like Looting Breakthrough. Like I don't have time to go looting. Well, I can't go looting anyway. But I'm going to have to get rid of one of the lootings. Totally fine. I need to just get gas. Okay, so he's just digging. So there's a chance. There's a chance. Could win the game next turn. That's all I need. One chance. 4 cards in hand. Could definitely have a Force of Will, but combo decks, or days. I gotta watch out for days. Alright, so Dredge and Imp. Okay. Let's do looting. Oh yes, I would like to resolve my spell. 1, 2. Discard the same 2. Okay. So always yes, always yield. So let's see. I have a feeling he doesn't have a counterspell. It could be days. So days here would kind of suck. Don't daze me, bro. It resolves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't hit any other. Didn't hit anything else though. But I can't just let him untap. So I'm gonna name a Show and Tell. Or High Tide. Ooh, double island. So if it's a High Tide deck. So it's not a High Tide deck, I name Show and Tell. If it's a High Tide deck, I name Spellseeker. I'm gonna name Show and Tell. Darn. I like that my okay, so this is the High Tide deck. I like that my hunch was very close. Okay, did I hit so we hit Dread Return but did not hit the Flame Kinsell, so he's not dead. But he's basically dead. And he's basically... Oh, I did hit it. What am I saying? Okay, I tapped an extra zombie and I shouldn't have. Okay, well, he's just dead then. I did tap 1 extra zombie, so 3 points of damage. I will not be able to get in. I'll probably scoop before I even get a chance to. Seeker. Spellseeker's one word. Seeker. There we go. It's actually a good chance that this missed point of damage could matter. Medallion of Blue. What was it called? Sapphire Medallion. Yeah, Fire Medallion. Just because I know it, so. Thank you. Now I gotta do some math. Alright, so if I sack the Gak, I get 3 guys, which is 9 power. Where the Gak himself is 11. So Gak is better. So if I sack 3 zombies, I get 3, 6, 9 plus... It's exactly 20 when he's at 19. Alright. Alrighty. Was this turn 2? So it could have been 23. If my math was right. Oh wait, it's only +1. I put him to 1, so I don't know why I was thinking +3. I was thinking because the zombie is 3, and so I added 3 to Hogak's power for some reason. Okay, so it would have been exactly lethal, but yeah, he couldn't win. So let's see. High Tide. What kind of graveyard hate would they would have? Spell-based graveyard hate, so we probably want Silent Gravestone, I guess. And that seems good. I really don't know what they're going to do. They just like one of each. Actually, I'd probably keep a diamond over imp. Yeah, one of each should be fine. This is a pretty big guessing game. Deafening silence would be nice right now. So, tempted to keep off the back of the therapy. What would I name though? Probably Spellseeker. I feel like the hand's not really doing much though. Double therapy. I don't know. So the first one misses, second one, couldn't even brainstorm. What's that enchantment called? The 4-mana enchantment. I don't think his hand does enough. I'm a mulligan. Oof. Should have kept the first 7. You know, I think this is better, right? So put back a Narco. I actually think I want to keep a land, so I'm going to put back one of the therapies. Kind of sucks though, because therapies kind of good here. I think I need one more enabler. This hand's actually pretty good. Okay, Island Pass. I would like to looting, please. A lot of lands. I guess I can cast Ox this game. We get that long. So if he spins a turn like tire spinning, I think I named Spellseeker. I could also try to guess. Sapphire Medallion's also a good name. Because he's not casting it this turn, so that's good. Island Pass, Untap Brainstorm. Interesting. Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Okay, so I can go Therapy, go. Next turn, I could cast a Thug, I guess. I don't know, it's all kind of bad. At that point, I have enough mana to just flash back a Therapy. Just in case he has days, I guess I'll. Yeah. I think I'm going to name Sapphire Medallion. Ooh, this is going to be a much slower game. Get 6 cards. Oof. Gonna see a long Storm Brain Freeze combo. Oh, you know what? Leyline of Sanctity actually might not have been too bad because he can't target me with Brain Freeze. Bluster Storm. You got me. Still trade 1 for 1, at least because there's a good chance this Therapy would have just missed. So, could have been worse. Okay, so maybe I want Leyline, because they kill with Brain Freeze, right? I think they do have another way to win. Not sure what it is, though. There's probably a lot of ways they can win, but Brain Freeze is the one I know about. They play Cunning Wish, maybe? No, Cunning Wish only gets instants, right? I don't remember. See, I don't play Legacy enough, and I should, because it's awesome. But I understand why a lot of people can't play it. You know, I get it. I don't think I'm dead. 5 cards is a lot. Hopefully, we'll be lucky he just diluted his deck down enough from sideboarding. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're just going to flash back a looting here. Okay, we're doing something. What? No, dang it. Yeah, I don't think he has a surgical because he would have used it already. So he's got Snap, Merchant Scroll, and Spellseeker would have worked. So Merchant Scroll and Spellseeker are like kind of the same card, but Snap and Spellseeker are more of a combo. So I think I have a GAC, right? But that was my only one. Darn. Yeah, I don't think I'm dead next turn, so I guess I just pass. There's nothing else I can do, right? Yeah. But he's probably dead next turn if he doesn't get rid of my graveyard somehow. So let's say Merchant Scrolls for what? What blue instant? What blue instant can stop me here? Now, if he has Surgical, Spellseeker can get it. Maybe that's why I should have named Spellseeker, actually, because that would have hit. Of course, hindsight's 2020, but I think thinking to myself, Spellseeker can go get Surgical. Now, how good is Surgical here even? Like, was he hit Hogak? Then I just flashback Ox. If he hits Ox, and I hit Hogak, that's kind of a lose-lose. Hit Bridge. Now, luckily, since he spent a mana here, he doesn't have mana to go Seeker and Snapback all in one turn. He chose to shuffle, so that's good news for me. Yeah, the new Spellseeker version is really cool with Snapback. Or Snap, rather. So you bounce it back to you play it, go get a card, and this is all while you have a High Tide, and then so you're gaining mana. You float a bunch of mana, play it, untap 2 lands with Snap, and you can do that for each Snap in the deck, so it builds up your Storm. Don't really care about Time Spiral because he's nowhere near casting it, especially this turn. If he finds High Tide and he's not just dead next turn, yeah, so some things could definitely happen. I still think his turn 1 play is interesting, and I think he was just holding up Flusterstorm, and then on the instep, usually instep Brainstorm on turn 1's not very good, so I guess it makes more sense. So Snap my Narcomoeba. It's not the worst play. Not the worst play. And if you drew like a Daze here or something, you know, it's a thing. It does slow me down a teensy bit. So it really kind of depends on how good the dredges are here. Hit Dread turn. So now I need to hit Iona and this game is over. So what's the best way to hit Iona? Probably Ox. Yeah. I can't really think of anything better. That's not red. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Probably doesn't matter. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Oh, I could have played the Narcomoeba, actually. I don't think it's going to matter, but for the record, I could have done that. I'm playing around Daze, so I guess if he has a Daze in his hand, which is unlikely, then I'll feel like a big brain, even though I could have just cast the Narcomoeba. Or, actually, I could have cast Thug. Okay. Thug can put Narcomoeba back and then dredge into it. I don't know if I'm going to have a sequence line where that works. Alright. 1, 2. No Iona? Oh, there's Iona. Okay, so if Iona can resolve, which is almost certain because of therapy. So So I'm just going to name Spellseeker and see if he has a counterspell. If he doesn't, he probably scoops. Now let's say he doesn't have counterspell or anything, but it's like a surgical. He can surgical bridge here. And then I get Iona, or he can surgical Iona, and I get all these zombies and tear his hand apart. Spellseeker. Battle Bond card. Spellseeker, Force of Will. Sorry, bro. You're gonna get got here. Oh, I can Ox again, technically. I only have 7 cards left, though, so I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, but not sorry. Force of Will. So, Merchant Scroll Time Spiral will not win you this game. Guess I should cast Hogak first. He hasn't scooped yet, so that's interesting. Wait a sec. I think I almost messed that up. I think I almost dread returned my... Yeah, he's saying, he's like, is this deterministic? I'm like, probably, but I don't know if you have some way to come back from this. Okay, got another one. This hand's probably a keep. I don't know. So I could therapy myself to dredge more, but I'm on the draws. That's probably not very good. Do I go for the higher upside hand? I don't know. I think it's okay because assuming Careful Sight resolves, I'm seeing 2 more cards to eventually maybe see a payoff. If I don't get wastelanded, then my 2 lands can cast Ox of Agonis. I don't know. It's not great. Knowing I have access to Lion's Eye Diamond, I think I just want to go for a higher upside. Can easily draw a no-land hand, though. He kept 7. We're here to have fun. Yeah, this hand's better. I mean, if I get wastelanded, it's kind of bad, but... kind of want both of the dredgers. I don't think I'm going to cast Ox this game, because I have 1 land. That's not true. I could draw another land. Alright, we'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of the dredger. Oh no! Chalice. Oh, you can't chalice on 1. Okay. We're alright. Chalice of the Void is a problem, though. Oh, I so badly want to play Imp. If he chalices me, I'm in big trouble. If he chalices me, it's bad, but if he plays like Thought Knot Seer, that's like not great, but I think I'm gonna do it. Please don't chalice on 1. Thank you very much. Or Wasteland, that would also be bad. If he Wastelands, I think I can't afford to pitch the Dredger. Alright, so it all comes down to how this turn plays. I would very much like to not block, please. Thank you. No chalice. No! Okay, so the question is, do I start dredging here? Oh, probably not. I'm going to just take my chance at a draw step. Probably no land. Oh, this game loves me. I don't think I want to break through yet. I want to make sure I have enough dredgers for breakthrough, so we're going to discard and looting. Okay, so I will have enough for that, so that's nice. Oh yeah, discard, resolve spell. Okay, always, yes, always yield. See, I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's because I'm clicking the wrong one. So I could therapy, get one zombie. Can't name Wasteland, but I can name, like, I don't know, I can name Chalice of the Void. I'm pretty sure this deck plays Chalice of the Void, right? I'm going to take my chances. I could also name Thought Nuts here. I think I'd rather name Chalice, though. Walking Ballista. I think it's fine. Not that I can do anything about it right now, anyway. Alright, I will attack for 2. This will be an interesting game. He's going to put a lot of power on me. So next turn he can play a Ballista on 2, I guess. Maybe take out my Putrid Imp. And my Bridge, actually. That could be a problem. But if he only takes out 1 Bridge, so probably what he's going to do is he plays Ballista for X equals 2 and waits. And when I have a big Dredge turn, that's when he waits till all the bridges are in the graveyard. So it's annoying. So I guess because of that, I block here. Yeah. I'm going to maximize the value. If you drew Thought Nuts here, actually, might be better. No, that's not true. Oh my god, it's like literally the best thing that could have happened. Alright, we are going to exile. I just have 3 imps. That's an imp. Oh yeah. Feeling good about this. Probably win the game. Alright, did I hit Flamekin? I did. I hit Hogak, but did I hit Bridge? Not Bridge, I'm sorry, Dread Return. I don't see Dread. Oh, there it is. Yep, so game's over. Do I even bother taking his hand out? Nah. So play. Well, he won therapy. It's interesting. Yeah, he doesn't even want. He doesn't want to see it. Yeah, he was very dead. Okay, so definitely Serenity. What kind of graveyard hate? Color. I think Silent Gravestone should be okay. Do I care about Firestorm? No, probably not. Right? No. He could definitely have Leyline. I'm going to assume he's working with Surgical. I don't know. It's tough. It's a good thing we won game 1, though. Seems like a well-balanced hand for this nutritious breakfast. Please don't have Chalice on turn 1. Oh, Moles to 4. Oh, he's playing Leyline. Moles to 3. Moles to 2. Oh, he's absolutely playing Leyline. Ah, crap. So we do have outs, though. We have outs. But he mulled to 2 cards? I'm going to play this out. You know, the funny thing is, though, we could easily still lose this game, even though we kept 7 and he mulled to 2. From the damage of our lands, he'll eventually draw creatures. Yeah, the damage from our lands actually might be a thing. Guess we'll get rid of Silent Gravestone. Ugh, at least we have one answer. Oh, jeez. That's bad for me. He's actually hitting lands, so eventually he hits dudes. on, just find Serenity. It's a tough one. At this point, I don't think therapy is doing anything. I think he's still going to win this game because, like, I can't put enough power into play without hurting myself enough for when he gets an attacker. All right, we're putting that in play. Go to 14, your turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead. So now we know his graveyard hate of choice. It's funny, I don't think I can put that in play. So I go to 11, and I attack for 2 each turn. I guess it gets me closer to Hogak, but whatever. Not doing anything better. Guess these can block. Oh no. He's got a Smasher? Thought Seer? Yeah, I don't care about that. So I'm just gonna ping him for 1. Probably takes Hogak. That's actually one of the better cards in my deck to cast from my hand, although I'm very far from doing it. In 18 turns, I can win the game. But there's like almost no way that happens. Because he can cast like everything in his deck, right? Another Thought Seer would be pretty bad here. Serenity, I think, is still an out. Although there's not a lot left for my deck to do. Oh no. Yeah, nope. Well, I am in trouble. Should I even bother playing this game? I mean, I'm okay accepting a loss, you know. Been pretty lucky so far. Thug is not good. Not good. Okay. So I go to 7 here, and I can draw a new hand, basically. I think I'll take the chance. Oh, he's doing something. I was like, I don't think he should be doing something here. Maybe I should just I get to keep 2 cards, so I'll keep Land and Ox. No Serenity. Oof. Alright. He only has 3 mana, so he can't pump the Ballista. You just play a big endless one. Yeah, can't pump Ballista. Yeah. So I play Ox next turn and go to 1-3. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. I'm just going to wait until I actually draw Serenity or he kills me. This is probably not very fun to watch, not going to lie. Yeah, like there's almost no way I draw out before he does, right? The funny thing is, even hitting Serenity at this point isn't good, because I just have nothing else. I had to get rid of everything. So now he can kill it. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop. We're just gonna scoop. This isn't a game. There's no way I win this game. Alright, so now we know what to do. Oh, he can't win on the play. Managed to win the die roll. It's about time. His hand's so close to being good. I can't just break through. Well, I can, but I'm not gonna break through X equals 0 on turn 1 with no. Can I afford to take a turn of doing nothing? Guess so. I don't know. Seems kind of weird. I do like Cephalid Coliseum. Alright, I'm going to keep it. Ugh. Turn 1's just going to be like lay and go. Please don't wasteland me. That's not too much to ask, right? So go X equals 1, probably keep breakthrough unless I draw Lion's Eye Diamond. And okay, so this is probably 8 post, right? Yeah, it's 8 post. I mean, there's a few other decks it could be. Okay, no. That's not what we're doing. We're doing, haven't seen this in the late, well, I guess it's just elves, right? Yeah. Interesting matchup. I think it's an okay matchup. It definitely depends on some stuff. Yeah, I think I just keep breakthrough. Well, let's think about this. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep breakthrough. And hope I hit good. There's a tiny margin in that I die next turn, but he'd have to have like the perfect hand. But elves can do it. Okay, no cradle. That's good for me, so probably not. Okay, sure. Can I win the game this turn? Maybe. Odds are low, but you know. I need to hit some dredgers, that's for true. Hit one dredger. It's not a good one. I could brick here. I could definitely brick here. Oh no, we bricked. I have to discard all 5. Ugh. Sucks to suck. Alright, so I'm gonna name. I mean, I can get Hogax, that's nice. Wait, no, I thought it was a therapy, but it was an imp. Yeah, no therapy. Rats. So I could die here. He could go get, if he has Cradle, I'll be in big trouble, but he could go get a Scavenging Ooze, I guess. That'd be kind of bad. What does he hit? Yeah, I don't know if there's any one card he can hit. I guess he can hit multiple cards. He hit the bridges. He's doing a think. Guess this matchup we can see how good Firestorm is. We really need to win game 1 though, because we're gonna have to kind of guess what his graveyard hate is. If it's Leyline, and I guess wrong, I guess I can't afford to guess wrong with Leyline. So yeah, if I lose, I'm gonna bring in all Leyline hate and the 2 Firestorms probably. Oh, and Iona, yeah. Yeah, he's thinking because he has this card. So it's like, you know, he's got to look at his list, see what he can. Okay, so no Cradle, that's good for me. So base 3 mana, he could do 1 if he plays. What's the name of that card? Heritage Druid? That doesn't seem very good. Dredges aren't great this game, but you know, that does happen sometimes. Yeah. Saw that coming. So we're going to have to win a game without the bridges, which is not the easiest thing to do. That is the big facilitating card. Okay, so he goes and gets a Bejuga Bog. So Bejuga Bog is the hate. Is that worth bringing Leyline in? Probably not. Alright, so... Did I hit the 4th bridge? I don't think so. Hit Dread Return. Yeah, I think he's just got me because I can't do anything. He untaps and goes and gets Bejuga Bog and I lose. Green-white though, interesting. Could be a splash of white. Yeah, I can't really do anything. I don't think it's useful to therapy here because I need to keep enough creatures in case I need to Dread Return next turn. But if he just goes and gets it, then I'll scoop. You can have it. This is gonna have to die. I'm ready. But I guess I should let him resolve it. I'm ready. Okay. Good game, sir. So I'm not bringing Leyline in just for that. I'd rather just like have Firestorms in case he has Leylines. I think we're going to do this. Oh yeah, and this. Alright, I think this will be my game plan. But now I get to be on the play, so that should help a little bit. Oh, 2 cards. Still need 2 more cards. Did I bring something else in? What else did I bring? Oh, the Firestorms, right. Yeah. Firestorms are enablers too. Elves still strong, even though he didn't really do elf things. Oof. I'm gonna keep this hand. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it because even if he has Leyline, I can draw into some stuff, I guess. Now, what was the name of that guy? I actually don't remember his name. The tutor guy. Because if I'm gonna therapy him, I think. Oh, he does have Leyline. Crap. Well, at least I sideboarded correctly. That was close. All right, so we'll start with the thingy. Retro. Okay, Icrid, you're not doing anything in this game, and neither are you, Cabal Therapy. Actually, I don't think I can afford to break through. We'll wait. Probably going to lose this game, but that's okay. Ran decently hot, so I can't complain too much. Played it against a few brews, got a little lucky here and there. If he plays that Reclaimer, I mean, okay, no Reclaimer. Just a Dryad Arbor. Giving him lots of time, so that's bad for me. At least I guessed right, even if I lose. Like, I can brag about that, right? Yeah, if he has no force, he can like bounce, untap, replay. Pretty good. 3 mana, not too terrible. That's why there's white mana. Interesting, interesting. I haven't seen this list in Legacy for a while. A vehicle. Oh no. So he has infinite green and I lose? Well, he has 2 cards. He only has 2 cards, so let's see what he has. Cool deck, though. Forgot about this card. It's Commander card. So X equals 2, he goes and gets the tutor guy. Okay, alright, sure. I'll let him do his combo. I'll let him do it. Or should I? No, they're like, I know I'm not going to win, so I don't think I'm going to make you guys suffer through this. Well, I like that the deck still has game. Didn't play against any blue-red Delver, which is probably the most popular deck right now. I didn't play against any other, like Storm, like traditional Storm or anything, but no show and tell. But, played against a few brews. The High Tide deck is something I'm actually looking into playing myself. But I think the deck's still good. So if you're still watching at this point and haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. And if you like legacy content, leave a comment and I might actually do more of this.